What's up, friends? It's your boy GP, bringing you another awesome episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we bring your favorite GigaBrain astronaut scholars together to have a dope conversation and kick out high-frequency vibes. This is coming to you live from DeOrganized Media, so be sure to give us a follow at DeOrganized BTC to stay in the know. It's been an awesome week so far, get incorporated into the Zest and Stacking DAO communities. Also, had an FOMC meeting yesterday, and the markets are reacting to the unchanged rates pretty nicely, along with a bunch of alpha. There's some real deal builders here in Stacks building on Bitcoin. The Biddle battle is also going down. There's a lot of different entries. So I'm interested in seeing what some of these builders have in mind for Stacks and building on Bitcoin. There are some bookmarks that I have for today. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and we can kind of go through what I found on X. Big shout out to my buddy Jack Ben Switch. He's telling you pay attention. He always keeps us ahead of the curve. Daily unique active wallets on Stacks are up. So we're seeing more and more people interacting in the Stacks ecosystem. People are getting exposure to Stacks, via DeOrganized and other means. Yes, we are breaking out of the echo chamber and also getting the job done. Stacks is a unique blockchain. It is anchored to Bitcoin and fully decentralized. So we're in a unique position, right? Latest, Dubai Land Department launches the real estate tokenization project, pioneering property title deed tokenization in the Middle East. The sector is projected to grow by AED 16 billion annually, reaching AED 60 billion by 2033, making up 7% of Dubai's total real estate transactions. Wow. So we're seeing more tokenization of real estate. Fancy that's going on and over there in Dubai. Our good friend Blockface from the syndicate, actually, some of his guys went to the big real estate conference in Vegas this month. So big shout out to the syndicate going out there and working on some of the similar, real estate stuff and, blockchain technology, utilizing AI. Big shout out to the syndicate. Coming from Bitcoin L2 Labs, SBTC withdrawal functionality is on track for a March release. We expect this feature to go live on March 31st, 2025. Marking another important milestone for Stacks, Bitcoin DeFi, and overall Bitcoin economy. If you don't know about SBTC, it is a one-to-one pegged wrapped Bitcoin asset in the Stacks ecosystem. It is fully decentralized. There's no federated systems involved or anything like that. Completely decentralized and brings programmability to your Bitcoin. And Stacks with the Nakamoto upgrade is, we're seeing fast blocks. We're seeing like 5 to 10 seconds transaction times. So it brings a whole world of new functionality to your Bitcoin. So get with Stacks, peg in your Bitcoin whenever this cap is released. We are going to see a boom of Bitcoin DeFi. Integration announcement. Zest protocol price feeds are now powered by Pyth Network. Zest pulls real-time price updates from the best in the business, ensuring smooth and robust operation of the protocol. Accurate price feeds equal stronger, more powerful Bitcoin DeFi. Pyth is based. You've got commodities, Forex, all sorts of stuff, including crypto, tracked on their Oracle in real time, all the way down to the cent. So very cool integration from the Zest team there. Big stuff happening. From the Stacking DAO team, want to opt for only native stacking solutions with a 0% fee, or prefer SBTC STX rewards while keeping your stacked STX liquid, then just use S Stacking DAO. Uh, it makes sense, if you're trying to earn some yield in Bitcoin, or if you're trying to earn some more stacks, go check out what Stacking DAO has to offer. Follow them on X and get into the game. Start stacking your stacks for STSDX for some juicy yields. Um, Also from Stacking DAO. Stacking DAO is the leading Stacks DeFi protocol, but it's also here to support the entire Stacks ecosystem. Uh, we here at DeOrganized have partnered with Stacking DAO to do some stuff. So, we're featured here on this little infographic along with Signal 21, BNS, STX Tools, Zero Authority, Nakamoto One, all the base chads in the ecosystem. Um, Auto buy BTC, STX, dog, pups, and more. Auto sell USDC, USDH, and USDA, and more. Set it and forget it. Try out Auto DCA now, coming out of the Bitflow camp. Big shout out to the surfers, base chads in the ecosystem, building the change that we want to see. Coming from the Bitcoin Starship, guys. Breaking news: Starship will have a Bitflow liquidity pool, making it the second Odin Fund project next to Blinch to be added. So we're seeing more Odin Fund over there and on Bitflow. Seeing runes, seeing all sorts of Bitcoin assets being traded on our favorite Dex aggregator. So get out there, go check out Bitflow. Let's get into the news. Exclusive. We sat down with Amaranth to hear what happened to her when robbers broke into her home looking for Bitcoin. She's a big streamer if you don't know her, and they pretty much did a wrench attack, but they had guns, so it wasn't really a wrench attack; it was a gun attack, and she shot them and made them flee. So good on her. She lives in Texas. They're big advocates for gun rights in Texas, so don't mess with Texas. Um, Alert: Zach XBT identifies the hyperliquid whale as UK fraudster William Parker, linked to 1 million casino theft and past hacking scandals. Big shout out to Zach XBT, putting in work to keep us safe and expose these fraudsters in real time. Wrap up: Donald Trump spoke at the crypto summit. Key takeaways: we've got this strategic crypto reserve. Assets won't be sold, unlike Biden's policy. Stablecoin regulation. A clear and structured framework is in the works. U.S. and crypto capital. Trump reaffirmed his plan to make U.S. a global leader in digital assets. Very awesome stuff. Shout out to Trump for trying to make U.S. the crypto capital of the world. New from Cointelegraph, Pump Fund has launched Pump Swap, a native DEX where all coins completing their bonding curve will now migrate automatically with zero fees, increased liquidity, and future creator revenue sharing. Cool. Kraken acquires NinjaTrader for 1.5 billion to expand U.S. I think this is supposed to say derivatives trading capabilities. Right on, a little typo on their mark Cointelegraph. You might want to fix that. New: the SEC confirms that Bitcoin and proof of work mining are not considered securities under U.S. law. The decision provides long-awaited clarity for miners. I know my boy Landy probably likes that. So big shout out to Crypto Landy. Give him a follow on X. Bitcoin and proof of work mining are not considered securities. Let's go. Latest, sanctioned Russian crypto exchange Garantex has reportedly rebranded as Grinex, transferring customer funds and operations to a new platform. Analysts from Global Ledger have identified on-chain evidence linking the two exchanges, with Grinex processing nearly 30 million in transactions shortly after Granitex's shutdown. So you're not slick. Let's see. Hashrate Hackers launching today. Hashrate Hackers is set to launch today, introducing a Bitcoin mining powered Ordinals project. The project integrates monthly challenges linked to real-world mining operations. Just cool stuff. I saw that it was coming from the Trio squad. That it would be on their platform Trio there. Of course, not financial advice, and always do your own research. But yeah, cool stuff. Uh, New Justin Sun hints at a TRX ETF. Okay, cool. Let's see. There might be a couple more here. New. Three senior Trump media executives have launched Renatus Tactical, a 179 million SPAC focused on acquiring companies in crypto, blockchain, and data security. The move aligns with the administration's push to integrate digital assets into U.S. financial strategy. Big stuff. And then alert: a crypto user lost 304,000 after copying a fake address from a transaction history. Scammers used a dusting attack by sending small amounts from a visually similar wallet, tricking the victim into sending funds to a fraudulent address. Be careful. Make sure you're reading what you're doing and re-verifying, reiterating that you are sending to the right wallet address whenever you are transferring crypto. Dust attacks are relatively common in the space, so be sure that you guys are being safe out there. Yeah. And then latest, TRX officially goes live on Solana. And I think this is the last news item. Is just in, BNB chain completes the Pascal hard fork and announces future upgrades. Lawrence April 2025 to reduce block times to 1.5 seconds, and Maxwell June 2025 to even faster 0.75 blocks. 0.75 second blocks. Sorry about that. And then I think this might be actually one more. The New York Stock Exchange files proposal to allow staking of the Bitwise ETH ETF. Wow, cool stuff there. We are in the Bitcoin ecosystem. We are building on Bitcoin over here. That's just our preference. And, we like Bitcoin finality and Bitcoin security. It is the mother chain. It was the first. So that's what we like. That's the way we transact. And I'm sticking to it. I've got some friends in the house tonight. Let's go ahead and bring our guys up. We've got Shiflet in the house. We've got Jack Ben Switch. And we actually have Crypto Landy tonight. Welcome, guys. What's up, guys? We having a good Thursday?
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
When you were talking about that dust attack, if anyone is like trying to wrap their heads around why having like a BNS is a good idea, there you go. Right?
Mm.
If I want to send anything STX related to myself, I don't have to use a non-readable address. I can just use jackbenswitch.btc.
Completely legible, right? I have gpsc.btc. It shows in my leather wallet. Very, very cool, way to be safe, and it's customizable, man. We onboarded Sir Cunnilingus by giving him a .btc name, so you can have as much fun with it as you want, make it as legible as you want. Good point there, Jack. You can go to bns.1 and secure your .btc names and also your .stx names, and that's a safe way to interact and make sure that somebody hasn't kind of sent you a little bit of dust from a similar numbered wallet is what I would call it. And that's a good point, dude.
It'll be interesting to. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, because what I have to say is completely irrelevant, but it's funny as hell.
No, I was gonna say it'll be interesting watching this Bitwise ETH ETF and seeing if they get staking approval, because when eventually the Stacks Trust, after public quotation and after it goes and after it converts into an ETF eventually, that may foreshadow stacking the stacks tied to the trust. And earning a Bitcoin yield, like an approval for that at some point. That's cool. Like way down in the future. Grayscale has to get their public quotation first for stacks, which, if history proves true, will be a year after the private placement, and the private placement went live in May of 2024. So hopefully will get public quotation in May of 2025.
That's that. I mean, shit, dude. I think that would be really cool to see. Though it is like ETH. I mean, it's kind of like one of those things, right? It's kind of foreshadowing, what can be done and what's allowed and what's not allowed. And if that's allowed, then I don't see why the Stacks Trust doesn't get converted into an ETF, and then we're able to stack using these. So that's even though I'd just rather hold stacks myself and stack it for STSTX and earn my own yield. But it's cool.
When I talk to normies and I talk to people who aren't affiliated with crypto but kind of interested in it, when I go and I talk to them about stacks, and I'm like, look, you can actually passively earn Bitcoin with this token. That's just huge for them, every single one without fail. So, when you're talking about seeing what that looks like on a grand scale, post mass adoption, massive, just absolutely massive.
And you don't even have to the stipulations for earning and securing the network. You have to run a node and then have like 90,000 stacks if you want to be a solo stacker. You don't even have to do that. You can go to Stacking DAO and participate in a stacking pool and then earn native Bitcoin yield. It's a no-brainer. No matter how much stacks you have.
Or just do it in Xverse. Xverse abstracts the wallet UI to where you can just plug right in and start earning Bitcoin on no matter how many stacks you have. It's a pretty low minimum barrier to entry. I forget what the
like 100 STX.
is. Yeah. It's like $60, $70 right now.
No, it's really cool. You know what you didn't cover in the news, man?
What happened?
And it's because you were looking for crypto news. It's official. DoorDash has partnered with a lender, and now people can finance their burrito deliveries through DoorDash.
Tell me, that's how down bad it is.
Tell me, I just can't wait to see Dave Ramsey, being like, wait, how much DoorDash debt do you have?
I'll front you a burrito, bro. My face card is good. I promise you, bro. Bring me a burrito.
I would have loved to have been the fly on the wall for that board meeting where hey, hear me out. We have credit for DoorDash, and people can go into debt by ordering food.
Yeah, and you can even structure it to where when you get paid, it'll automatically make your payment for you. It's wild.
What a mess.
And it says a lot, and literally none of it's good, is it?
No.
There's no silver lining to anything that says about where we're at.
None, dude. Inflation is so high on food, and oh, dude, all right, forget about it. Inflation is so bad that food is so expensive that you have to finance it to get it delivered to you. That speaks volumes, bro.
Never forget gold certificates. Back in 1928, a $20 gold certificate used to be able to buy you an ounce of gold, and now gold is $3,000 an ounce, and it's not because gold became more valuable.
Right.
It's because the dollar lost its value.
That's the part that I'm probably mildly autistic for doing this, but anywhere that I have to go into whether it's a grocery store or a gas station, anywhere I have to go buy things, and if price or anything remotely goes up, or someone mentions it at all, I'm like, well, it's not because the apples got more valuable, it's because your money's worth less. That's the problem. But I just figure I do that, because you never know. It's like ripples in a pond, right? You might be planting seeds.
Sell your dollars, get you some Bitcoin. Is what
I support that behavior. The main criticism, whatever criticism I get for buying Bitcoin, they'll ask me, why are you buying Bitcoin? Isn't it a scam? And I'm like, I buy Bitcoin because the Fed can't print it. So tell me what the scam is.
Amen, dude. Amen. Like, yes, like people are uneducated. That's why they call Bitcoin a scam. You know, they don't realize that they've been scammed their whole entire lives, and then printed their value like of their savings accounts to damn near nothing. You know, so people are tired of that. You know, it is a counterculture. I understand that, but it's far from a scam. You know, it's about the hardest asset that you can get. So you can even find more gold. You know, there could be a new way to process gold. You know, that comes out and it makes it super easy to dig into the earth, and then now we have an abundance of gold, and that devalues the gold because like the supply increases, right? You know, so like Bitcoin there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. So I mean, it's take it as it is, bro. Like there's not too much to read into it, and like just be educated, right?
And it can be broken apart into 100 million pieces,
right? And people don't. You hit on an important point. People don't know how their money works, and really, like, why would you if you're just never exposed to this kind of thought? If you've never, you know what I'm saying? You're like just living your life, you know, you're paying your bills, you're trying to find some recreation, you know, why are you going to think? All you're going to see is like things get more expensive. And then the media is not going to tell you, hey, it's because, you know, your purchasing power is being inflated into oblivion. And in fact, the media will say some really retarded shit like, oh, it's because greedy CEOs are like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then people will latch on stuff like that. No one will we saw it in the FOMC meeting yesterday where you had reporters trying to say, hey, are tariffs responsible for inflation? You know, like all this tariff talk, how's it going to affect inflation? Like, people just don't know how their money works. And that's okay. But people do need to learn, you know, and we do need to become, as hard as this is going to be for some people here, like we do just have to start taking a little bit more responsibility for our lives.
Are you guys familiar with the fiat currency graveyard? So there's a list like of currencies that were ruined over the course of history. It goes all the way back to like Roman times, whenever they were like shaving pieces of the gold and you know, devaluing it and
talking about coin clipping.
Yeah, coin clipping, and it's got a list of all these currencies, these fiat currencies, like all the way back. And I know that's not really fiat back then.
No, but even back then in the Roman Empire, they started just putting less gold into the actual, you know, money itself, right? So that in effect did make it like fiat. That's
right.
I mean, my goodness, that's why we're doing away with pennies in this country. You know, pennies used to be made of copper. Now they're made of zinc. Now a penny is worth less than the zinc and the manufacturing it takes to make the penny. Like nickels aren't made of nickel. You know, quarters aren't made of silver. All of these things used to be, you know, you used to have dimes that were made of silver. You used to have nickels that were made of silver, right? Like it's silly. But it's the same thing. You know, so while it wasn't fiat currency, that was kind of like a fiat mechanism, right? And yeah, it does. It goes all the way back. It's like
it's always accountability and sneaky behavior. Whether it's you know, 1928, you know, the gold price was fixed all the way up until 1933 when they took away the individual's ability to exchange IOUs for gold. The gold price conveniently went up. And then when 1971, when the French tried to do their large redemption, you know, the U.S. was like, oh, we got to get off the gold standard. And then magically gold went up in price. And it's not because, you know, gold became more valuable. It's because the dollar wasn't properly paired with gold, and they were about to get caught. So they had to take it off the gold standard, and then the mechanics started playing out to where the dollar was properly valued against gold there forward. It's the same thing with coin clipping. It's the same thing with everything. Like you add more supply of something into the market, it's going to devalue all the existing units. The tale as old as time.
And that's so. Let's come to the modern age. Let's come to where we're at right now in this moment in time. So why would you want your stable coin? Because stable coins are important to the crypto markets. Stable coins are going to be important in everybody's life, right? Like I'm looking forward to some stablecoin legislation so that I can go to the store and pay with a stable coin and actually have a lower price because that point of sale terminal is not like charging that vendor all these extra fees, because
Bingo.
this money's got to go through all of these different intermediaries, right? So, but why would you want your stable coin to be in fiat, knowing that the USD is devalued and for all intents and purposes is going to continue to devalue. So like that brings us to where we are now with like USDH and Hermetica, where you have a stable backed in Bitcoin, right? So you're on the vanguard. If you're talking about crypto anyway, you're already on the vanguard. But then the things that are happening today, you're so much far ahead of the curve. That's why it's important that people start paying attention now, so that you can learn and you can maximize on your own personal opportunity. And that's really
Right.
that's what's so cool about DeOrganized, right? Because where's this conversation taking place? You're not gonna turn on Fox News and hear this conversation. You're not gonna
No.
you're not gonna turn on CNN and hear this conversation. You're not gonna turn on MSNBC and hear this conversation. But these are the topics that need to be discussed so that people can stop being victimized by bad policy, outright fraud, and theft.
Right. I agree. Like, deorganized is it has a very special place at the forefront of this. Like, it's the tip of the spear for stacks and the Bitcoin community, and we build in we this is built in a decentralized, trustless environment. It was taken upon. It came from an idea, and then and built upon and expanded, and like now we're here and we're having all these conversations with different project founders, community members. Anybody can come on this platform because it's a decentralized media platform, and talk about whatever is going on, whatever's on their mind, any topic, what they're building, you name it, we're covering it. And I think it is a very unique thing to. I don't think it could have. I don't think it would look the same if it was built anywhere else than Stacks.
No, Stacks has the Bitcoin ethos, and the Bitcoin ethos is the thing. And while there's a lot of podcasts and YouTube channels and so forth that are dedicated in terms of crypto, in terms of like trying to like point you in this direction and be like, hey, get this coin or what have you, when you can come to DeOrganized and you can hear anybody talk about whatever, and then you can watch Landy and learn TA from Landy. When I first got involved with crypto, I'd never traded in financial markets before, so I wanted to learn how to read a chart. I had to buy books, and I had to I bought a course, a really cool course from these guys called the Chart Guys, right? They did some good work, but you could watch Landy stuff and get the same education, man. And
Facts. Every Tuesday, dude, on Deorganized, Landy is like putting in the work, like teaching the fundamentals of TA, what to look for with the basics, like getting into the charts and dissecting these different indicators, and really just keeping it simple, stupid. That's the motto, right?
And
So
keeping the emotion out of TA, because it's not like these YouTubers.
I love it. Like, I kind of wanted to
Did I get cut off?
yeah, just a little bit there. Like you went in and out. What did you say, Shiflet? It sounds like you're dropping still.
I think he's having some connection issues. I was going to say one thing to watch out for. I reposted somebody that I consider a peer in this space when it comes to understanding markets, and I very highly value his opinion. I don't often talk traditional markets with everyone, But I've noted that we're coming into the end of the quarter, right? And because we have near the end of the quarter, just like last year, I'd mentioned fourth quarter, we're moving into what used to be referred to as the quad witching or triple witching options expiry, which is third um, the third Friday in March, June, September, and December. And of course, it's March, and tomorrow is the third Friday. So we have a triple witching event. And Rav had mentioned that there's about 4.7 trillion. And he is correct. There's about 4.7 trillion in options set to expire tomorrow. And that means that, we have to have, as he put it, and I'll just use his language because he deserves the shine for this one because I don't usually post about traditional markets, but I have talked about them obviously on this show with you guys on Pieces show, which he so kindly hosts for me, with the Learn TA with Landy. And you'll often hear me talk about this on Spaces, but I rarely ever post on the timeline about traditional markets. But he said tomorrow marks a massive triple witching event with up to $4.7 trillion in options set to expire. Most of them are puts. When puts expire, dealers are left unhedged, means they don't have a hedge on the other side of their position because they if you own the underlying asset, you're hedging with the put at that point, right? This will force them to either dump their stocks or roll into fresh puts. This isn't just another options expiration, it's a liquidity vortex. The market is walking a tightrope. And what happens next could set the tone for the next quarter. Brace for volatility. And he's 100% right. And I'm going to call back to something that I talk about when referencing markets in general a lot. I've been talking about it since the fourth quarter of last year, is we need to keep an eye on the first to second quarter transition. And that's very, very big. This is the big event that we're looking for. And then subsequently, we have our last full week of the month coming in next week before we see how things actually close. And that's really going to be the important part, is how do things close? It's going to give us a lot of information about what the next couple of quarters look like for this year. So just wanted to give everybody a heads up to be very, very cognizant of kind of where things go. It's probably going to get pretty volatile tomorrow.
Did you maybe were you up to sharing a chart with us and kind of give us an idea of what you think might happen next week, like what type of levels to look for? I mean, I'm not going to twist your arm if I know you do this very, very often. You have your Monday update, your Wednesday midweek update on Wednesday, and then of course on Fridays you have your end of the week recap. And you guys can follow Crypto Landy on X for all of those recaps. But Landy,
I'll give you just the short and sweet of it in terms of Bitcoin, because it's primarily the audience here, right? Let me go ahead and just share this screen. It'll be very, very short. But if you want to throw this up there, this is the weekly, all right? Because we have a Friday expiration. We can go to the CME chart here, and this is where the interest lies. We've moved from, obviously we had the big consolidation last year, the big volatile move up on expansion. You see how we have these bands. You can just think about when they're expanded, it's high volatility. When they're compressed, it's low volatility. So we're going from expansion to compression, then we expanded up, and now we're back in compression. Now we are experiencing high volatility within the band set here right now, but it's kind of meaningless at this point until we get a close outside of this lower second, which is currently right around $80,000 for CME. If we see weekly closes below here, it's going to be expansion kicking off into support. So we would be looking for the high side structures here on Bitcoin to get tagged, at minimum on a swing or a wick, if you will. And that's anywhere from like $68,000 to $69,000 on CME. to the prior high over here, which was 74.4. So there is a bit of a premium on CME over spot price. And in this case, we would be looking for a downside move on expansion into this zone, possibly more if we get close over close expansion into this area. To the upside, Bitcoin is still it's threatening bearish. It's threatening a bearish move because it's below the basis band or the weak half of the bands here. The basis band is a 20 simple moving average. Pretty simple. It just looks back 20 candles. It is now above price. It is consistently closed below for the past 4 weeks. We'll see how this week ends, of course. And it's even below the lower first after a retest just the other day. That's going to be right around $85,000. That's the area that I've been talking about quite consistently. 85 is kind of the local pivot. We need to see closes above there for CME and spot price. That would start to look encouraging. And obviously there's only 1 day left to go, right? So for traditional markets and CME, and that's going to set the tone, I think, for the weekend and positioning over the weekend. And
I had to close some longs.
yeah, right. Look, this is a big event tomorrow, and I'm glad that Raph brought it up. He's, it prompted some questions in my DMs after I reposted his post, so I kind of felt like it might be good to address it because these are things that when asked about, I'll talk about, but we're talking about crypto most of the time, right? And in the context of where Bitcoin is, it is threatening right now. It's still compression, but if it starts to get expansion below $80,000, we're at minimum going to see this low tested. For spot price, it's around 76,555. If my brain is remembering correctly, and here on CME, it's about $1,000 above, a little bit more at 76,735. That's fair game on any closes below the lower second. Is this low to the support 68 to basically $75,000, right? So it's fairly close. It's all about closes, though. We need to see closes come in above 80,000 by the end of the traditional market session tomorrow, which is when all of those options are going to expire. Now, the $95,000 level to the upside is going to be key. Of course, it's right in the thick of the bottom side of this range here that Bitcoin has lost. Above there, we're really just looking back to the all-time high. None of this price action, even on a recovery, matters until we see a breakout above the all-time high at 110 for CME on a close, because that would be above the all-time high and price discovery and above the volatility level of the upper second standard deviation, which would get expansion to the upside in blue sky territory, whereas expansion to the downside would just be expansion into support. So just some things to be aware of. That's really all I got for you, unless you got questions.
Yeah, Landy. Go ahead, Shiflet. Go ahead. I'm glad.
So I got rugged by a phone call. I was trying to give Landy some graces, and I was saying his TA is fantastic because he doesn't influence how you feel by either being uber bullish or uber bearish. He gives you the numbers as they are and the scenarios that can potentially play out, and it allows the listener or the viewer, depending on how you're consuming the information, to just be aware of the different scenarios that could play out.
Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely, yeah, man.
I agree. I have to second that. You give the if then statements, like if this happens, this is what to look for. If this happens, then that happens. So like I like the way that you give both takes. You have an unbiased stance, and you don't look too far, like you don't zoom too far in, right? You're looking for your levels and you execute. And of course, like you're practicing good risk management, teaching people about stop losses and all of that on Tuesday's show, also on DeOrganized. So tune in on Tuesdays to kind of get into the in-depth analysis with Landy. So tomorrow you're expecting some volatility and into the rest of the month too.
Yeah, the Q1 to Q2 transition is so important for the outlook on things moving forward in Q3 and Q4 towards the end of the year, right? Is that transitionary period, because it sets the stage. When you have have large investments that are waiting on clarity from an administration, or not even clarity, but waiting on the actions to be implemented, what you tend to see is a lot of cash positive participants in the market. So that meaning that they're hedging, they're gathering together funds, cash funds, to then redeploy when those policies are implemented, right? And we're right in the midst of implementation of policy for this current administration. So realistically, it was always it was expected based on what Trump had ran on last year, when I was talking about look to next year, Q1 to Q2 is the most important time frame. It's going to set the stage for essentially the rest of the year. And it's going to confirm, especially not just tomorrow, which is where we could see some high volatility, but when we actually see the quarterly closes come in, that's going to be the really important thing. It's going to give us a lot of data to work off of for the next 2 quarters at least, right? Obviously the second quarter, and then of course what to look forward to in the third quarter, because it's all these bigger players are going to be positioning, and they're playing the long game. They're not on the pump fund 1 second chart, right? Like, they're playing the long game. And in many cases they're planning now, especially at the start of this administration, and trying to suss out which way to go for the next 4 potentially more years, right? 4 or more. Like, this is kind of they need to read the tea leaves the right way, or else they could find themselves on the wrong side of their investments and trades for their clients and themselves. So
Right on. And so Q2 starts on April 1st, correct?
yep, always gotta love it.
Right there, man. So like we're gonna see some really really volatile stuff. Like you might just see like some pump just for it to retrace on April Fool's Day. You can't make this up, man. Yeah. So we have Rosar in the house tonight. I just wanted to welcome him. Rosar, what's up, bro? How have you been doing this week? Yeah, I heard you've been chipping away at something cool.
Yeah, what's up? Just been like heads down, finishing it all up end to end, so everything just kind of like works. I want people to test it at the same time. It's like I need to be sure. Like, you can start, you can create markets, you can create predictions, you can cash them in and get tokens out. So I think that's all about done now.
Oh, okay. So predict is actually like functional, and you've done your vetting process, and you're kind of ready for us to like start putting these different prediction markets on Bitcoin.
Yep. Yeah. Obviously, there's a lot of there's still limitations on like wallets and various things and tokens, but yeah, within that, I think you can do it all now. So hopefully we can test that at some point.
Did you want us to like spin up some get some testnet wallets out, and maybe you could share some screens? Let's show them OpPredict. Could we pull up OpPredict and maybe scroll through for a minute? Like, did you want me to pull it up and scroll through, or did you have something specific on your end that you wanted to show?
Yeah, I'm down to do a demo. Give me like 5 to 10 minutes though, because I'm just finishing up a feature to like seed it with data from the world. Yeah. So
of course,
market data. But yeah, I'll do that, and we can do that in like 15 minutes.
Cool, man. Yeah, like, so if you don't know, like we have this find to earn game that we play on the morning show segment, and what Jack and I and the morning show crew have been talking about for the longest time is like being able to bet on these players that are playing find to earn. Find to earn is where we use Google. Big shout out to Zenatron and Skullcoin first and foremost, but you use a coordinate on Google Maps to solve a puzzle. You get an image and a starting location, and you go look for the image, and then you have a chance to win some STX and different SIP10 assets within the Stacks ecosystem. And there's some really really good players. I mean, these guys are pros. We call them pro. We call it pro league. Whenever you graduate and you've won a couple games, So we're talking about using Op Predict to bet on like who's going to win a match. I thought that was pretty cool, Jack. And then
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's beyond that. I mean, we can like make predictions on anything going on X, anything going on in politics, anything going on. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a ton of fun. And again, like this is kind of the thing. This is the sweet spot for this industry is when you find things beyond obsessively staring at price charts, right? Because you're always going to have boom and bust cycles. So things like this just move it all forward that much more to where it's like, yeah, okay, this is the actual like new user owned internet. This is like this is going to replace the old way of doing things, and there's all kinds of stuff you do on the internet regardless of what Microsoft or Amazon or Google or any of those things are trading at. Crypto is going to follow that same path, and this represents a step in that direction.
Oh, that's dope. Great base take as always. Like the user owned internet, and especially with that WASM upgrade that the devs are really excited about for Stacks coming to where like, hey, if you want to come build on Bitcoin, you come in your native language that Solidity, whatever it is, like whatever coding language and you can come build on Stacks, and which is building on Bitcoin. So the user owned internet is real, guys. It's being built out. The infrastructure is being built out. We've got Op Predict, prediction markets. We've got like different games. The Biddle Battle, there's something like there was a bunch of entries, of new apps. So like this is the user-owned internet, and it's happening.
Right.
So,
and you're seeing more and more things being built by just regular people. And as technology continues to increase with the proliferation of AI, and it becomes much cheaper to build much more, very complicated things. This really solidifies, the point of where we're ultimately headed. And then when you're talking about doing this stuff like in the Stacks ecosystem, you're talking about Bitcoin finality. You're talking about Bitcoin security. Okay, so here's the one thing that separates Stacks from every other blockchain. That now, Landy, correct me on this if I'm wrong. I don't think I am. But Stacks is the only network that would cease to exist if Bitcoin ceased to exist. Right? Ethereum would just exist. Like Stacks is literally baked into the pie to operate on top of Bitcoin. And so even as other protocols and networks and so forth are going for Bitcoin finality, this is like sets a standard that's hard to beat,
as close as you can get. Like this is like, yes, like the POX, the proof of transfer mechanism, relies on people bidding Bitcoin to secure Stacks. It is crazy. Like Landy articulates it a lot better than I do, but like yes, like it has that sister connection with Bitcoin. It makes sense. And it's a decentralized, trustless, permissionless environment. And I'm seeing more and more builders from this ecosystem, like say for instance like Xverse, like integrating with Darknet and stuff like that. I said this a while back, like and I'm sure you guys all shared the same thought that Stacks is in a unique position to connect other blockchains to Bitcoin and give it Bitcoin finality. We saw Solana adopt SBTC into their ecosystem. We're going to see more of this, and it's really interesting to see where it will be in 1 year, much less 5 years. Just within the last 3 years that I've been here, I've got to see so many of the booms. We had the STX 20 boom, we had the meme coin boom, and now we're seeing the app boom, is what I would like to call it.
And the thing is, like, as someone becomes more experienced in this space, at first you're like, oh, number go up, right? And so you don't have the discernment to know what's necessarily, something worth buying or not. So like, I remember specifically buying EOS at the top. I was still very new at that point. I remember buying things like ICX almost at the top, watching them come down, being like, okay, this is gonna not understand market cycles, nothing. And for nothing, I wound up just losing a bunch of money. So when you're talking about blockchains that do things that people are going to want to do, and people are going to want Bitcoin finality. Okay, this is going to be something that people are going to want to build on and to hold and so forth. So then that puts something like Stacks in a league of its own. And there's other cryptos in a league of their own. There's other tokens that are going to do things that are going to be worth having. But for the most part, no. But there's a big difference between buying something like Bitcoin or Stacks or Ethereum or Solana versus buying, a meme token, right? Like if you're going to do that, I love memes. Absolutely love them.
Too, I'm a DJ.
I love community. I think that community meme tokens are your best communities. But the thing is,
cool. Like, sorry to interject, but like, there's a cool distinction between meme coins and community coins too. Could you get into a little bit of that too, Jack?
Well, yeah, because like, okay, if you were going back 3 months and looking at Pump Fund, everything that come off of Pump Fund is some kind of meme coin, right? But how many out of the hundreds of thousands that were launching per day at one point actually became communities with their own identities and their own, their own banter, their own tribe, their own, having any sort of social aspect to this? Because again, when you're talking about a user-owned internet, really at the heart of that, aside when you get away from the technological piece, when you get away from the the financial aspects, you have the human aspect. You have, so we like to refer to this as communities, and so the community aspect is massive. DeOrganized is at its core, it's a community project, right? So a meme coin is different from a community token in that respect. That, oh well, I'll go buy some whatever inflammatory or funny or racist thing that's printing numbers on Solana this day, right? But there's no like community for that. There's no
right. Like
no one's making art for that.
It's just a ticker, purely speculative. Like,
right.
It doesn't survive for multiple cycles and bring new innovation each cycle. It's purely number go up, and then whoever can sell the fastest. That's a meme coin. You know what I mean? And then like you have these community coins that like can be classified as a meme coin at first, but then develop into more. Like you said, like you have people that like get the PFP collections out, and then everybody's rocking a PFP collection in unison, and then like moving for like supporting the founder and waiting for the next move and seeing what next innovation they're going to bring. Like it is something truly remarkable, and there's power in numbers and there's power in community.
Oh, 100%. And then like if you look at a good community token like Welsh or like Rue or like Moist Sock or like Honey Badgers, if you look at these different communities, the members within these communities, these are the people who are making content, for the whole ecosystem. These are people that a protocol can approach and be like, hey, do you mind testing this? Hey, we need some feedback on this. This is a place where someone new can enter an ecosystem and like receive like an expedited crypto education, because don't get me wrong, you can get an expedited crypto education from going with meme coins. You just get the education that you really don't want to get, the one where you just get tore up and lose all your money real fast because you don't really know. That's the greatest thing about the Pump Fund era is it sped run people's like understanding of the space in that particular way.
I agree.
But like in an actual community, people can grow and learn this stuff, because we're still in a stage, we're still in a place with crypto where if you're just someone who this is your first time using a wallet, and you've never done anything before, you've never even transferred a token or a coin, like a community is a place where you can get up to speed with that and more, right? And where you can network and meet people. And
Find
so
the
yeah,
alpha, discuss the alpha, discuss the different topics going on in the world. Like, yes, like I agree. And then like unified, like, yeah, under one roof. That's something that Stacks does correctly, I think, is that the community here, it's not like a very toxic one, and everybody is very supportive of the builders here. And everybody just like we're rising the tide to lift all the boats. Did I butcher that quote?
oh man, I think you nailed it. But that's no, that's the thing, man. Like, there's a huge social aspect to this stuff. We are our own counterculture. Imagine like thinking of the 1960s minus bikers and hippies, and you're just like thinking of, well, who is the music for? How did the art that characterizes that era, who made that, right? Who was that for? There's people in that, and that's where we're at right now. And again, when you talk about Bitcoin ethos, dude, Bitcoin is your first community coin.
Yeah.
Like nobody started getting into Bitcoin and making magazines and shows and content and all of these things because BlackRock said it was okay, or JP Morgan said they liked it, or in fact this is all things that just recently transpired. This is when you're in the Stacks ecosystem, you get a lot of that. You get a lot of that same ethos. It's a very fascinating subject to me, obviously, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Landy, for coming through. I just had one more take for you, if you could. Like, so, are you happy that the SEC confirmed that Bitcoin and proof of work mining are not considered securities under U.S. law?
Yes, that clears up some discussion that was occurring around proof of work at the time. It was not. We weren't really that concerned, but we were a little concerned under the last administration about the proof of work stuff. It came up in the context of Alex had brought it up on ATC in Dave's space about cloud mining proof of work stuff, and essentially they separated it out as proof of work is not just Bitcoin, but proof of work in general is not a security. So that's good. That clears the path. I would encourage you guys to take a look at some of the developments, some of the reposts that I've been putting up. You might have to dig a little bit, but there's some really interesting stuff that I think this clears the path for. Michael Saylor brought up Bitcoin as a digital defense system, and this feeds into some of the hints that we've been getting from Jason P. Lowry. And we'll see if there's anything to it, because now we're getting more and more clarity. Bitcoin as having the SPR means that it's in the United States' best interest to protect the network as well. So this is just another step in the right direction, and this does extend beyond just Bitcoin, right? So it's any kind of proof of work. So and that's good. We needed that. It does assuage. Is that the right word? Fears.
Swage.
Assuage.
Assuage. I don't really.
Potato, right?
Potato. Yeah, I'm not really sure,
Probably
but yeah,
like that, yeah.
yeah. But it's definitely something to pay attention to. I'll even drop you the link to, and I mentioned this the last time I was here. We, in addition to all the quarterly stuff that's going on and the options expiries, the triple witching as it's termed, with the 3 major options expiries all occurring on the same day tomorrow. next month, the quarterly transition is really important. Next month, we're going to get, clarity on what's going to happen with some of those reciprocal tariffs. You're likely going to see reciprocal tariffs stay in place. We've got now clarity on proof of work mining from the SEC. We've got nation states that are likely going to want to come to the table and lower their tariffs. So the reciprocal tariffs aren't going to go away, but if they lower them, then we at least have some parity. And probably, we'll see how that kind of goes. And then, just about at the end of the first week of the month, it's basically the first week of the month, we have the Bitcoin Policy Institute. I just linked to it. They've been posting about Sailor at Bitcoin for America. Bitcoin Policy Institute's got their events going on, and the first week of the month, 8th and 9th. Or 9th being, I believe, the main day for a lot of the talks. And while there's talks, there's a lot of stuff happening surrounding this, right? In terms of policy, there's a lot of people having discussions with legislators, and this is all good shit, man. I can't be bearish. Even being bearish on price in the shorter term, I'm okay with, because we all want cheaper sats, because you can never have enough Bitcoin. There just isn't enough out there.
100%.
And one more question before you go, Landy. Which triple witching would a witch watch?
The first to second quarter transition. So the first triple witching of the year in March. That's the one that a witch would watch.
Thank you, Landy. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming through
Thanks,
tonight.
guys. It's great seeing you all as always. Have a great night, and I'll catch up with you guys very soon.
Thank you, sir.
Speaking of what Landy just said, I'm gonna put this in perspective. So I had a grandfather-in-law who he was, like all of my grandfathers fought in World War II, and he was wounded and he wound up in Hawaii. So he was furloughed in Hawaii for a while, recovering, and he had the opportunity to buy land in Hawaii for $100 an acre. An acre.
What?
And he passed on it, right? So that's now, you can't get a shanty in Hawaii for under like $4 or $5 million today, right? Much less an acre of land. So
I'd like to say that's the second best land deal next to the Alaska purchase, right?
Right.
Yeah, $100 an acre. Get out of here.
But in reality, you're going from like the 1940s to like the early 2000s when he told me that story, or maybe the late 90s, right? And that's how Bitcoin is today, right? Like the decisions that you make today regarding Bitcoin are going to literally influence your grandchildren's future. Like I truly believe that, right? And what you passed on Bitcoin at 16,000? What, you passed on Bitcoin at 80,000? Like,
right.
That's, yeah.
And with the programmability that Stacks brings to Bitcoin, you passed on Stacks at 380. You passed on Stacks at $1. You passed on Stacks at 63 cents.
Right.
So that's kind of where we're at, guys. I'm not trying to shill too hard, but we believe and we have conviction and we know what's being built here. We're well integrated into the ecosystem, and we know what to do with our stacks to get more. And we're securing sats by holding stacks. So it's just, I'm ripping today, ain't I?
No, man, it's true though. There's a lot of opportunity here, and it's just a matter of people understanding what opportunity looks like. And what people conceive of when they're outside of this ecosystem is just the tiniest fraction of the reality and the purpose, and what this ultimately is going to wind up looking like. Because even if you're in it and you're inundated in it, you can only see shadows of what's coming, right? You can't even see the full picture yet. but there's so much to learn, and that's why I always encourage everybody to just like take a little time and just start to learn about this technological and financial revolution. Your grandchildren are literally going to depend on it.
Yeah, this is what, like, so, like, I'm gonna be able to start a family. I'm gonna have kids, my lineage, like the decisions that we make now to purchase assets that are going to appreciate, while the fiat currency just literally gets printed to zero. These decisions that we make now are important, and we're at the forefront of being able to change the rest of our lineage's, like, future. So that is a great point you made there about the land purchase, that your did you say it was your great grandfather or your grandfather?
Mostly grandfather-in-law. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wild, man. Like, and it does relate. It does translate to what we are talking about here.
Well, 100%.
So, like, it's really cool to see that, we're an integral part of, like, what is going on here in the ecosystem, getting the word out there and letting people know with DeOrganized, while also, like, getting the founders of these different apps that, giving us different ways to earn, are coming onto the podcast, and also doing demonstrations and showing what they're building live, like building in the open. So it's really cool to be here, in such a special, unique part of Bitcoin's history. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. I mean, right now in the Stacks ecosystem, you can get better returns for your money than you can, playing around with, financial products offered at your bank. And for most people playing around in the stock market, like with almost no risk, like
Yeah.
literally almost no risk. And you can turn around and just get just like that. And people just don't know. But that's where this is all headed. And so, like, today's, like, I don't know, that seems a little weird to me. Is tomorrow's, like, this is just how it goes. This is just how it is, and you're going to think about it no differently than you think about your debit card or your checking account or any of those things now. It's just a matter of getting ahead of the curve.
To think that, like, we have things like Bitcoin backed stables here in the Stacks ecosystem that you can earn yield on. Like, you can earn 5%, and I've seen it even as far as, like, dude, it's crazy. Like, it's been up to like it gets up there to like 15%, and then, like, one time, like, we saw it at like 69% or something, like, crazy like that. Like, you can earn yield on your dollar, like your Bitcoin backed stable, your dollar. So it's like, it's mind blowing. Like, you can get exposure to so much different yield opportunities, different ways to build your portfolio here just by interacting. And then awesome big shout out to, like, Crypto Dude. He is building an app called BoostX, where it's essentially hiding the wires, and you don't even know that you're interacting with the blockchain, right? You can interact with Stacks directly from X by having a BNS name in your handle. You want to send some STX to somebody that has a .bns in their name, or .btc in their name from BNS. You can do that if you have BoostX. And you guys should definitely give Crypto Dude a follow on X, and BoostX_app, to stay in the know. I think it is an awesome app that he's building there, and it's really exciting to see that happening. It looks like Rosar often crashes his browser while he's testing. Like the other night, he was having a moment where, like, every 5 minutes he is dropping down and then coming back. And so Rosar, I'm fully confident we'll be back in just a minute. Suggest, like, trying to get back on stage, and if not, we could always try it again tomorrow, Rosar. I do want to show off, like, Off Predict. I think it's really cool Um, like I said, here we are with Rosar. Maybe he's about ready to show off. That might be a good that's our signal. Rosar, are we ready? Did the
I
browser
think
crash on you because we're ready?
yes, I think we're ready.
I knew it.
I was switching back and then it crashed.
That's what happens. I was just talking about how like the other night while we were testing, kind of going through like the Signet wallet. You know, we crashed the browser a few times. Jack, thank you for coming through tonight. Bless you, brother. Hope you have another good rest of your week, and we will talk to you again. Rosar, I guess we get into it. Let's share a little bit about I'll predict and show the people at home what it's about, right?
Yeah. So I predict at face value, predictions markets. What do you expect? But I think under the hood, it's a platform for building a lot of stuff. You can build games on it because at its core, it's just like an escrow system, a way to like lock funds and unlock them conditionally. So this has a lot of use cases, for GameFi and other things where it's like, someone's playing a game and, it's effectively like putting credits into the machine, into the arcade machine. And they can, press the change button and get them out. But while they're in there, they can use them to, do things. So
that's really cool. And that is oppredict.com.
Yeah.
Solid, dude. Solid. So I'll press enter here and then I'll go ahead and boom, throw that up there. And show you guys what it's about. If you want to go interact with Bitcoin prediction markets, like via stacks, like it's there. Go spin up some prediction markets of your own. Go participate in others, and potentially win some stacks, win some some SIP10 assets, and get in there. It's working with Welsh right now, isn't it?
Yeah, like
Okay.
a Welsh on subnets. You want to get started and we can try it out?
Yeah, let's do it. Do
All
I
right.
need a testnet wallet or will it work with my regular wallet?
It's just working for Signet right now.
Signet. Okay, gotcha. So let me just make sure that I have some testnet STX in my wallet. Do you have a link to the faucet by chance, just in case I don't?
So it is using mainnet, but it's using like one Welsh is like one like micro Welsh is $1. So like a million Welsh is like
So
a tenth
yeah,
of a
it's just
cent.
right.
So it's basically
My wallet,
fake
mainnet,
money.
right?
Yeah.
Is it mainnet?
Yeah, it's mainnet.
Okay, yeah, cool. So like, yeah, I can interact right from my regular wallet. Let me sign in here. And did you want to possibly share your screen?
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Did
Do you have
a demo?
the Signet wallet to follow along?
I need
Edit.
a link to that too. I do have it.
All right.
Let
Let me
but like I don't have it
share a link.
downloaded. I don't think.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh yeah,
Let me get-
yeah. That's what it was. I knew I forgot something today. I needed to get that done. I may have set one up. I remember like going through this on a different episode with you. So
Yeah. I added a export seed feature to it, so you can make like a new seed and then like back it up in case a new build crashes the wallet or something. But yeah, we'll just start with like a fresh wallet.
So I got the zip here, and then whenever I download this, do I just unzip it? Like, maybe we should show this process real quick.
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be helpful? Here, let me share my screen real quick, and then of course, like while it's generating the seed, I'll hide my screen. Does it just like pop out the? Does it pop out the? You're gonna have to tell me whenever it starts to pop out the seed. I might just like spin this one up and then spin a different one up. You know what I mean? Just for safety purposes. So like whenever I go here, I go to, let me go back over here. So I clicked here to download extension for the Signet wallet, and then it pops up a zip right here, and I just double click here, right? And then what do I do from this standpoint to get it downloaded? Oh, it looks like you dropped down there for a second. Let me bring you back up for a minute. Looks like the computer's doing the thing, isn't it, Rosar?
Yeah, I joined from my phone. We're just gonna do this for now.
Okay. So what I said was I opened up the file. What do I do to
Uh-huh.
get it to download?
Okay, go back a directory, like back up to the parent directory. Yeah, so stay there and just click extract to. Just drop it on your desktop or downloads wherever is handy.
Okay, so I'll make a new folder, make it real special on my desktop, Signet, and then boom, and then I'll click OK. Do I need to do anything here?
Just extract to. Press extract to.
Okay, so extract and replace files, extract and update files, extract existing files only.
Is there a? I'm not seeing what you're seeing, but I see a extract to button in the top left. Is that?
Yeah, I clicked extract too. So
Okay.
I'll just like
Whatever the first one is.
yeah, should work. Okay, boom. I did that, and now I'll close this down. I'll open up my file explorer real quick. Let's see, and then I'll go to desktop, and then I'll find Signet. Don't mind me. I have a million folders. This is my process. This is how I am. Where's Signet? Where did I save it to? Hold on, I might have to just stop sharing for just a moment while I set this up. Hold on, let me find this where I just saved it. And you gotta peek at all, like what an artist, what the chaos looks like on an artist desktop. Yes, I have 1,000 folders. Yes, they are named differently. You open up one of these folders and it has 1,000 other things within it. Let me try to just extract this again one more time. Let's see. It looks like what I did was put it here. I can just put it underneath downloads for now.
Yeah, you should be extracting something that looks like that same file. It should say like something app dash prod or yeah, something like that.
Boom. Okay, now I'll go to my downloads, and then Chrome MP3 prod.
Yes. All right.
And then after I extract it from there, all right, no, that's downloaded, right? So I'll show my screen again since I have it here. And this is a little bit of what of course you're going to polish the process. You're going to put it through this Chrome store. You're going to be able to download it differently.
It's in the Chrome store now. I got my first reply back. I need to change one permission setting and then resubmitted it.
So now I have this here, right?
Yeah. You can delete that if you want. We just need that directory underneath it. Chrome MV3 prod, that thing. That's what we want. Okay, so now we go back to Chrome.
So now we go back to Chrome. So let me. Oh, I think I shared the wrong thing. Let me just replace this with the entire screen again, real quick. Don't mind the digital zoom. All right, and I'm on Chrome. So what do I do from this point?
Now you press that little puzzle piece icon in the top right. All right, then go to Manage Extensions.
Manage extensions.
All right. And then we're going to go toggle on developer mode. It's the top right corner.
Boom.
And then load unpacked, top left corner.
Load unpacked, top
Yes.
left. See, you're
All right,
changing.
then
how to do the Devi stuff. I like it, and we're doing this live. You know, we might be helping somebody through a process. So Chrome MB3,
Yeah.
prod, select folder, failed to load extension, manifest file is missing or unreadable, could not load, could not manifest.
Did you upload the zip or the folder?
I uploaded the zip, I do believe.
Okay, I think we want to do the folder.
Okay, so here, let me go back to load unpacked. Go to downloads again. Signet assets. All right, so I clicked on Chrome, and then
Yeah, go back one directory, up to Signet, and just click on the folder, and then press open. Yeah, like just like that.
boom.
There we go.
Done. All right, so we've got Signet
All right.
in my browser.
Now let's pin that bad boy.
Pin that bad boy up there and get to work. Let's go.
All right, now you can give it a click, and that's the monitor view, so you can
Nice.
see like the status of things. And then if you go on, so it's only enabled on certain sites for the little like the actual wallet for security reasons. So if you go to OpRedict or Charisma, you'll see it pop up. So let's go to OpRedict.
So we'll just go from this extensions page straight on into oppredict.com. Boom.
All right, and then you see that little zap thing in the top right corner.
The Zippy Zap. Oh, the Zippy
Yeah.
Zap connects directly to. Okay. So it's asking for an encryption key.
Yeah, this is where you pick one.
Okay. So wallet. We've got transfer. So what do I do?
Just make up a password.
Okay, so let me, I'll do my thing where I stop sharing for just a moment and make up a password just to be, safe practice.
Yeah.
We don't want to show people how to give your password out there to the World Wide Web. So,
Sure. Of course, it's masked and.
It's encrypted as soon as you do it. So you can't, just for like a suggestion, I think like a hide. Like you can see what you're typing immediately, and then then it encrypts it. But
That's fair. That's good feedback. Or like a hide reveal button sort of thing.
Because you don't want to mistype on accident, and then you can't get into your wallet. But
That's a good point.
So here we go. Boom bada. This is why we do this live on DeOrganized. We have good feedback. We kind of do some testing live and all that stuff. So now, after I've given myself a password to get into my wallet, now I need to get a new seed phrase or
new seed phrase.
So
let's make a fresh one, fresh account.
So
new
what
phrase, new you.
So what I'll do is I'll stop sharing again, and I'll generate my seed because that's the right thing to do. You don't want to give your seed phrase out. So you see there, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my seed, and then I'm gonna secure that. Okay, it's asking me to save my password. I'm not going to do that now. So seed phrase, do I create my own seed?
Yeah. You'll want to generate a new seed. It should just generate one, and then it'll ask you to make an account, and you say yes to that too.
So it's saying create new seed phrase. And so I click create. So what I'm seeing on my end is a secure seed phrase will be generated automatically. You'll recreate accounts from this seed phrase in the next step. But it's giving me
form.
I can type in it.
Oh yeah. It's just giving it a name so you can
Okay, so I can
separate it from the other ones.
Okay, got you. So it's like naming a wallet.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay, so this is test wallet for me, and then I'll create seed phrase. Boom. And I'm
right. Then it should ask you to create an account, and you say yes to that too.
When I clicked create seed phrase, it did not do anything. Is that because I have a space in my?
It shouldn't matter.
It's loading. I see the on top. I like that's a nice little it's the visual on top where it's kind of going across while it's loading.
Yeah. Thinking.
Nice little touch there. It's taking a second to do that. to generate.
Try just pressing it again. Maybe that's because it should be instant. There shouldn't really be like any time at all.
Yeah, no, it's still doing the same thing. I don't know if it's maybe like should I try to name it some less characters or something like
Yeah,
that?
maybe try something. Maybe do like one word. I don't know. I haven't, you know.
Well, we're testing live. This is I mean
Yeah.
this is what it looks like whenever you're testing like apps. Like you're building Bitcoin D apps, you know, and this is what it looks like whenever we're doing testing live. So if you are watching, like bear with us a little bit. This is what we're doing to make it shake. Looks like Rosar dropped off again.
That time I actually just accidentally pushed the refresh button on my phone.
So maybe what I'll do is I'll try to like press X here real quick while I'm trying to generate this because maybe it got stuck somewhere and just like try to.
I would just back up and do it again.
And I'm even gonna refresh the op predict page, just
Yeah.
in case. You know, it never hurts to refresh it while you're trying to do this type of stuff. So, and it actually didn't make me make my password. It stayed the same. So I click new seed phrase, my seed phrase. I'm gonna do test, create seed phrase. Boom. So now I ask for create account. I'll show that real quick. You know, after I named my wallet test, this is what it looks like for me. It immediately goes to create account, and that was very, very instantaneous. I'm assuming that it's running on the Blaze testnet or the Blaze subnet that you created. That's why it was so fast.
Well, we haven't. I mean, it is, but so far it's just fast because I'm a good programmer. I mean,
Okay, go
but
ahead.
the other wallets are slow for some reason. I don't know why. They shouldn't be that slow.
So whenever I
Should be faster.
create account, what is that gonna then show me the seed?
No, you won't see the seed. You will never see the seed unless you export your wallet, and it'll just
So I'll click create account here. See, it does the little thing here where it's
I
like
just click it again. It should be immediate. Or maybe click closer to the center of the word. I don't know.
bing, click around on the button just a little bit.
No, something's weird. Here, press back and just try the whole process again.
Boom. Try it again. That's
Oh
what
wait,
we do.
is
So
that okay? Yeah, plus account now.
Okay, so plus account
Create.
and then create.
All right, hang on. Delete that seed phrase. I haven't experimented much with creating new accounts on existing seed phrases. Normally I just do it on the first go. So just delete that one, make a new one.
So I clicked delete and it pops up. Are you sure you want to delete the seed phrase? This will delete all accounts associated and you cannot be undone. Okay, boom, and then it stays.
All right, then
let me X out and then come back in real quick. I'll even give it a good old refresh real quick, and then go back into here and see if it's still there, and then I'll delete it again, and then boom, there. See, a good old refresh always does the trick.
Some bugs iron out, but yeah, refresh state. All right, let's make a new seed phrase.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're getting on your end in your console as well, like, you know, data that you can go through and see what happened whenever I do these actions, correct? Maybe.
I don't track this stuff, but you can probably see it on your end. All right, test X, create. All right, create account. There we go. Yeah, that's the flow I usually do. Yeah, I guess this like create secondary account thing has some bugs.
So do I need to press create account again?
No, you're good. You have one now. See below it, you have account one.
Boom, boom. We're in there like swimwear. Okay, we got it done. We're finding some bugs while we're going through it. Rosar, of course, this is in like closed alpha, right? It's not even in closed alpha.
Yeah.
So it's
still
like
a lot of things to test.
Dude.
All right, now do export wallet.
Okay.
Just in case the next patch to install or something happens now and then.
Right.
So it should just download a little file for you.
So I click that, and then that'll have like the seed phrase to it, and it won't show it immediately unless I open it up.
No, it just downloads a little file to your computer for you to look at later.
So now it's saying failed to export wallet data. I will try to give it a good old college try here with a refresh because that's worked before. And then we'll go here, and then we'll go to export wallet. Exported wallet successfully. There we go. Signet. Boom, 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 right there. Okay. And then what now? What are we doing now?
Okay, now let's look at the wallet. Just get our lay of the land here. So you can use the tabs to like go side to side. So this is like the basic balances and transfer section. And then
Mempool. This
yeah,
is
you got your own private mempool on your device. And then you
permit-
got permissions, which are very cool. They allow you to like trust certain things on sites, so you can go like fast and auto confirm stuff. So it's very handy. And then the logs. This is logs of all the stuff that happens.
Wow.
That's it.
That's cool, man. One thing that I would like to see that I always like to do is maybe a drop down hamburger menu right here to where you could get like dark mode, light mode, testnet, this, that, and the third, and then also maximize because I like to have a browser tab open. As you can see in my browser, I have several. We could go over to DeOrganized real quick, and then like boom, you have the whole show schedule for the week. We have all the shows that we have logged. You could see that we had Hermetica Hangout. We've got like Leather Lounge, building on Bitcoin, all of this stuff. I like to have one of these, So if I was able to have a hamburger menu and then make it into a tab, that would be lovely for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there should be a way to I can't full screen the content pop up, but I can make a new tab. I think that's a Chrome extension feature. If Crypto Dude was here, he could help me out with some of these answers, but I think that's the case. Okay, next step. All right. So we need to fund the wallet with some Welsh dust for you to play around with.
So I need to
So,
give you this.
do you have any Welsh dust anywhere?
So I have Welsh. I do have Welsh. So this right here, I can copy here, and then I could also go here into my leather wallet, where I do have some funds, and I can send some Welsh.
Okay.
No, I am not
Before you
British.
send it though, we gotta send it. We gotta put the Welsh in the subnet. So this is where we're getting into Blaze territory.
Okay, so we need to pull a Blaze.
All right, I'm gonna send you the Blaze contract. I still need to get this like deposit function. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Probably. Yeah, I'll definitely do that tonight. All right, so I'm sending you this. All right, I gotta rejoin the stream here so I can send DMs. Actually, I can send it to you on.
Private message right here.
I'll send it to you on X.
Okay, I mean, whatever floats the boat, I do believe will work. So on X, is that you're sending a message on X just so like we can have like that'll be there later?
I just need to share a link with you to the Stacks Explorer to deposit.
Okay, well, I mean, you could drop it here in the private chat too.
Okay.
then-
Yeah, I'm just on my phone on this one.
It'd be easier for you on X. Got you. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing for just a minute, folks. So I'm not exposing the juicy DMs, like all of the good old
All the alpha. is in
all
there.
the alpha. I don't want to share all the alpha just yet. I'm linked up with a lot of awesome builders in the space, so I don't want to leak DMs. So I did click on that transaction. So I guess I could go back to since I have that pulled up, I will go back to sharing my screen now, and I will share entire screen right here. Boom! Watch out for the matrix effect. It is coming to you live. Do. Okay, so this is the link that Rosar sent me right here. We got Blaze Watch V1.
So this is the subnet contract. This makes Welsh transferable off chain. So what you want to do is go to available functions and then click deposit. And then just pick like any amount between like like 100 or 10,000, and that's all going to be less than like
Time
one
mode?
Welsh. Yeah, click that.
Allow mode. Okay, so now unit. So what type of unit are we using here? Are we using micro Welsh? Are we
This
using
is micro Welsh. So like a million would be one Welsh. So a
okay? So,
million equals like a tenth of a cent. Yeah.
so 1,000,000 Welsh right here.
Yeah.
That's one Welsh. So
Yeah.
call function,
Yep.
and I'm gonna sign this. And this will deposit. Okay, this transaction can transfer any of your assets. So do not worry about this right now. This is one of the things that I'm not gonna really pay too much mind in. This is what it looks like whenever you're um, testing. A lot of developers like go through this. This is what it looks like. Right now, I wonder why it's pulling up that I don't have any STX in my wallet. Do I not? I should have some dust in my wallet. I don't know why it's not allowing me to. Hold on, let me just check something real quick.
If you DM me your subnet wallet address, I can send you some too.
Okay, so yeah, let me just send you the subnet wallet address. That's the signet, right? I just pull it back up and then.
Yeah. Just copy your thingy.
Okay, here, let me do that this way then, and I'll just DM it to you, and that would be a lot easier. Oh, here I am, just like going through the DMs. You can try to snap a quick pic, but I don't think you're gonna get any alpha. Everything was closed. It was just Rosar's DM right there. So I sent that to you, and now you're gonna send me some Welsh to my Signet wallet, and then after that, we should be able to roll with op predict, and what. Go ahead and drop in the comments what type of prediction market that you guys would like me to see. While he's doing that, we can kind of give it a good old scroll through, and see what's available. So, will Ethereum hit 4,500 by March 31st? Will China unban Bitcoin by March 31st? Will MicroStrategy announce bankruptcy by May 31st? Will Trump create a Bitcoin reserve in the first 100 days? Dogecoin all-time high by March 31st. Go ahead and drop what you would suggest me interacting with on Op Predict. What would you like to see?
Before we do that, I just want to show you like this off-chain transfer, like core functionality. So I sent you my wallet address. I also sent you the Welsh on the subnet Welsh.
And where would I be able to see that? Boom, right here in the transfer. So he transferred me 10,000 Welsh here. And I could also go to the logs. Oh, okay.
So that's just mainly stuff you're doing between websites.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing,
And
not
dApps.
too. Maybe,
Right, so
maybe having the logs having transfers too, being
yeah,
logged there would be nice as well.
it would be nice to have everything there. I agree. All right, go to X, and I sent you my my address, so you can grab that, and then you can use that. All right, now we're gonna do some transfers. So go to your transfer tab, and then pop that in there, and then send like 10 or something, or 1 or 10. Okay, all right. Okay, so we're gonna demonstrate the power of it right now.
So sign and transfer is not working. We might have to do a little refresh real quick since that was a new thing that happened. It landed in my wallet real quick. So let me go ahead and just X out of here. Let me. I got a notary. I got a notary on it. Okay, I see a little notary.
Oh no, it worked. It worked. Go
Oh,
to your
It's sent. Okay,
It's
so
sent. So go to here. Hang on. Go to your transfer tab. Good. Okay. All right. So what you want to do is you want to go. Let's just do it again. I'll show you what I mean.
okay, so I'll go ahead and drop this here.
All right. Put 10 in.
10.
All right. Then press sign transfer like 10 times. Oh, I should have it not clear that. Okay, well here, pop it in again and do it again. All right.
This is happening in real time. I'm sending 10 Welch every single time I do this.
Okay.
Boom.
Now go to the mempool tab. All right. So you got a bunch of like off-chain transactions. They're basically like drafts right now. But what you can do is you can click on like
All of
select
them
all and
are
then mine them all.
batch mine.
Yeah.
Wow. So I just those are 10. Those are like 4 different transfers that I just did instantly right then and there.
Yeah. And when you're using sites like OpPredict, it just kind of automatically happens. Like it happens behind the scenes. Like it creates these things and then you sign off on them. So I sent you some as well. So if you actually go to the Stacks Explorer, you can see both these things. Like I sent you 4 and you sent me 4. So you can see what they look like.
So I just refreshed real quick because refresh is the way. And then I can go down here. And these are the transfers that we just did. That was the batch transfer that I did and sent to him 4 minutes ago. He sent me the Welsh. This is what you could see. What would you like me to do from here? You want me to pop this open and, maybe we can dissect it, or, what's pending? Nothing pending because it happened instantaneously. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really cool, dude.
So you can see the sign transfers are like it's an off-chain message. It's taking a signature and an address and doing all that. So let's move on to OpPredict. That's the basics. I just wanted to kind of show like how it works under the hood a little bit.
I love
we
it.
get-
Yeah, I love it, dude. Like this is the good stuff, man. Like this is like we did some testing. We may have found some bugs. This is what we do for devs in the Stacks and broader Bitcoin ecosystem. We bring them on to DeOrganized Nightly, and we get into the nitty gritty. This is before closed alpha, so you're getting to see live alpha. This is before anybody can interact with it. This is before This is where it's at. This is what we want to do. So if you're a dev and you're looking to kind of get some feedback live with your stuff, of course, we're open to doing that with you. Let's have some conversations first, get to know who you are, and let's get to it. I don't recommend anybody downloading any type of files from somebody that they do not know. So do not get any crazy ideas from what you're seeing here. I've known Rosar for a while. I mean, for a long time, and we've done work together. So we have a rapport. So do not go and say, hey, I want to spin up a podcast. I want to do what DeOrganized is doing, and then do this with somebody that you do not know, because you can lose all of your funds, guys.
Yeah, this is general rule of thumb. When you're using Stacks Explorer and you're turning off post conditions, you should know exactly what contracts you're calling, exactly what they do. Like if you don't know exactly what they do, you shouldn't do them. So, okay, now let's make a market and bet on it.
Right on. All right. So do I close my Signet and it'll stay signed in? Or do I just
Yeah, you can just minimize it.
So there's
Just
no
press that
minimum.
little X.
So X will minimize it. I'm still signed in here. Boom.
Yep.
I can
Yeah,
pull it back up.
just kind of silently there. All right, so why don't you make a market, and we'll go through this flow here.
All right. So I go to markets, and this is what it pulls up. So we have this new look, which I like. It's like got it all very organized here. And all of these markets are active, so I could interact with these immediately if I wanted to. You said you wanted to create a market, right?
Yeah, let's make one that we can close right now.
So I clicked on create market. Okay, so I can go back to explore, learn more. Will Bitcoin reach?
Oh, you're not signed in. You gotta sign in.
Okay. So let me click.
Sorry, I should have had a prompt there or something.
That's all right. So welcome back. Please sign in to continue. So do I need to connect this, that, and the third, like my Google and all that shit to it?
Well, yeah, whatever one you want to use.
Here, let me go ahead and stop sharing for just a moment. And I will, sorry mouse, I knocked my mouse over. let me just sign in real quick and use a spare Google account that I have just for safety. I don't want to show that on screen and then like dox all my information and all that stuff. So I'm signing in, I'm creating, I'm connecting, and now it's golden. Okay, so now I can go back to sharing my screen. Boom, this is a nice little touch there. I like the falling like codex, like it's like encrypted code there. That's really cool looking. And it's very welcoming. Like, hey, it's even using my real name. Welcome, Kevin.
Yeah,
Everybody
I'm trying to build it so anyone can use this thing. Keep it simple. Keep it straightforward. Keep it
I like
normal.
And then like all you have to do, and then like the interface is very easy. Like you click straight here, you click straight there. Yeah, right on. So connect your Signet wallet to access on-chain prediction markets. Activate.
And this is a Signet prompt. So that you know how like other wallets will give you their prompts. This is the Signet prompt. So you can say it's asking for some sort of information on your wallet. I think it's just checking if it's installed, right?
Yeah, it is, but I'm liking the interface right now because like look, it's following my mouse, and like then whenever I scroll over, it's like huh, and then it's like wait a minute, I'm over here, dude. I'm over here. What are you doing over there? Like wait, yeah.
The Signet wallet's badass, man. It's like a really good wallet.
It
It
is
has,
good.
it has some bugs iron out, but like it's fucking beastly. Like
Yeah, so Signet extension detected. Connect wallet. Oh, wait a minute. I'm over here. Over here. Wait. Yeah, click me. Approve. So approved.
come on.
Come on, Lee. Come on. Might have to do a college reset, like a
Maybe.
fresh real quick. Let's see. It should be instantaneous, right?
Yeah,
So
this should all happen immediately. I don't know what's going on with it. I haven't tested the onboarding flow in a minute.
that's all right, man. College refresh ain't nothing wrong, dude. Ain't nothing wrong. We'll
Just
go ahead
blow
and
through these.
it, connect wallet, approve again, and la ti da.
There we go.
Wow. This is cool, man. So
All
go to
right.
dashboard.
All right, now you're all connected. Now we can make a wallet or make a market. Sorry.
Right on. So I'll click create market here. And then let's see. So market type. Choose market type. Yes, no question, or multiple choice. Let's do yes, no to keep it as simple as possible, of course. And then the market type. Will
we finish the full op predict flow?
All right. Will we finish the full op predict flow?
All right. Let's say within 30 minutes. Description.
Within 30 minutes. Dun dun dun. The categories, I see how you have a little drop down menu. Of course, like op predict is built on Bitcoin, but it is via stacks. So we'll go with stacks.
And set for the date like 1 or 2 days in the future. I need to change that to a timestamp though.
Yeah, that way it can be an immediate, like within like an hour. Like
we can close it earlier, but if we set it like to today, there's like a little bug where it'll use like universal time, and sometimes it's already happened. So yeah, it is what it is.
So we'll go to continue here, and the description must be 20 characters. So here's about 13 or 13 more or less characters. Right.
That's good. All right. Boom, and then confirm.
And then create market.
All right.
Create.
It's thinking. Okay, there we go. All right, I need to. Yeah. All right, so we got a market now.
Wow. So we can click on here, and then if you wanted to bet on if will we finish the full op predict flow, you could go and bet on it. If you are bearish on what we're doing, you could click no. If you're bullish, believe that what we were building and we were building the change, you can click yes.
All right. So are you optimistic or not? Are you for it or against it?
Shit, bro. Like
bet
I've
the
got
other
to see
way.
the whole guts of everything, man. I think a yes is in order.
All right.
So
I will bet no. So you got some prize money to win, and also we've seen a few bugs, so I'm not too optimistic. But I'll
not
bet no.
optimistic on what you're building yourself, right? The true dev mindset.
Okay. All right. So let's punch that in.
So place prediction 5.
All
Critical permission. Okay, so create prediction in a market, spend funds to make a prediction, receive a prediction, NFT as receipt. That's interesting. That last part there.
Yeah.
Could you get a little bit into that?
Yeah. So the way it works is when you make a prediction, you get an NFT receipt, and this unique receipt kind of tracks like what market you bet on, which option you chose, and how much money you put into that one.
That's
So-
pretty cool, dude. So like you have like a on-chain receipt, like you could see it like whenever, did I win? Did I lose? Did I win big? Did I lose big? So you can kind of track your how.
Yep.
So if you want to interact with Op Predict, coming to you in the near future, whenever the full Op Predict flow is in order, you will be able to go here and go through this whole process.
We can now. We can now. Here, try putting another one in. I want to show off the permission system now, which is actually like this kind of what makes it really all tick.
So is it create market again?
Yeah, create another market, and this time there's a check. Oh no, go back. We're gonna stay on the market we're on.
So we're gonna go back to here. I'll go to home.
Go to
or
markets.
home markets, and then boom, it's right there on the front page too, right
All right.
there.
Let's
So-
view the market, and then put another $5 bet in for yes.
Yes, another 5. I'm doubling down here.
Okay,
Yep.
now see that checkbox?
Yep. Okay, so
Click-
remember
click
this
that.
decision for the website. Boom, approve.
All right. And then now if you go to your Signet app and you go to permissions, you can see the ones you've set now. So if you click on that, you can see you have that like auto approved. So now next time you create a prediction, you can try creating another one.
Maybe this color too. This color may be like a bright blue to where because you can't. It's not legible whenever.
Oh,
you,
is it not? All right, I'll
No, I mean no. It's legible here, but like whenever I like highlight it, that brown.
Gotcha.
But yeah, these are just little details, dude. You're very detail oriented whenever you do this stuff. So like, I figured I'd give you some feedback
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah, there's so many things to do. I'm trying to
Dude, I
keep
know
them
it.
all in order. All right, so now let's create another one, and you should notice that it should just auto process. And if you look at your logs, you can see a log of all this stuff happening.
Hold on, just a moment. Let me.
And so you can click on those, and they'll expand as well, if you want.
Sorry about that. All right, so I missed that last part that you said.
So I was just saying, like, since some of these things can be happening transparently, it's nice to be able to like view them, and you can click in here and see like what's happening. You can see the details of each transaction before you approve it. So like you can see like the requests. It's sorted by requests and responses. So the requests are the other app, like OpPredict asking your wallet for permission to do stuff, and then your app will respond, like approve or deny.
That's awesome. Like, and it shows you in a very clean format right here. Like,
Yeah, you can click on them too, and they'll expand.
boom, and you can
Get
see
the-
exactly what's happening, what function call is being processed.
Yeah.
Sign prediction. I signed it once for $5 saying yes, and the second time saying yes. And then what happens when I click get status? Gives you
Get
Just
status
that.
is like getting your balances.
and then check extension installed. True. So yes, it
Yeah.
is installed.
Yeah,
And
those
then,
are from the onboarding.
Whenever it's requested, this is something I imagine for the near future. Or is this now? What is requested? Like,
Oh, request is your wallet is like your response. Like when you click approve or deny, that's you sending a message back to the app with like you signed a message or like you're giving them some status from your private mempool, that sort of stuff.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah.
All
So
right.
this is all permission. Like you do. Like you can now go and create like. So if I wanted to make another market, I approved like this site to be, like I trust this site. You know what I mean? I can now go and create
Yeah.
a market.
Oh wait,
And,
no, stay on the prediction page. All right.
and
So what we want to do is we want to actually make more, and you'll see this time you don't even get prompted; they just kind of happen. So if we can go
so
back to the full flow,
full flow,
you can
and
just say yes, $5 again.
yes for $5. Place prediction. Wow,
Yeah.
I
So it
trusted.
just happens.
It just happens, dude. It
I'm
just
not seeing a second prediction. It should give you a second prompt though right now, which is for like revealing your signature. So there might be a little bit of a bug going on here.
Okay, let's see if that went through. We'll go back to the console real quick.
Are you, if you go to your logs, are you seeing like let me rotate my screen here, get it a little bigger.
So it
Yeah, I'm
looks
seeing sign, but I don't see request custody. It's interesting. Yep, I'm getting that.
so that's something maybe that we found that you need to work on.
Yeah, I need to do that. It works on mine. Maybe I just need to. Maybe there's some difference in the dev and prod builds. But sign. All right. Well, I'm gonna put in one more.
This is cool, dude. This
I'll
is
put in
fun.
a yes for $5.
I like being able to like say, hey, I trust Bitflow, and I want to be able to interact immediately, or like any of these things. So with the Signet controller wallet, the Signet wallet, and Blades and all of these tools that you're building out, it's dope, dude. It's dope. I really like what you're doing, man. Yeah, I saw that you dropped out for a second there.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch over to my PC so I can share the rest of the process.
Okay, cool. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing here. Boom, boom. It'll bring us up right here.
I'm back. All right.
There he is.
Always how it is with the live demos, but that's why we test. All right. So
Right.
y'all can see all this, right?
That's
Okay, here we are.
in there, and you're gonna have to zoom way in. There you go. Perfect.
All right. So you can see on mine, I have sign prediction, but also request transaction custody, which is the second part of that. Because it's like you're signing it, but then you're also revealing it to the app so it can take it and submit it on your behalf. So let's do yes again. We'll do like yes for 50. And then I'll do, all right, so I got an NFT here. Bing. I'll do no for 25 again. All right, so I got some of these guys. So let's take a look at them in my portfolio now. All right, so another nice feature is, let's say I want to return one of these. They haven't been submitted on chain yet. They get submitted every hour. Admins can like submit them faster if they want, but like say I want to return this, I'll just return it. Boop, it's returned. Now my vote's gone because it hasn't been committed yet. So for like fast-paced games, you might want to, have this like these things like process faster. Like say you're doing tic-tac-toe, and each game is a separate escrow of funds. You'd want to process these things kind of fast. But for things that take like multiple days, you can batch them over time. So let's say I just want to return this one too. I can do that. Well, now that I know it's not working, I'm gonna go double down on no. There's that one bug to fix. All right. At least one more on no. Okay, so now we got these predictions, in place. This is the admin panel. So if you're the market admin, you can see this. So this is how batch processing works. This would happen automatically. Like if I wasn't here on the next hour, it's like something 15 right now at 9 o'clock, it would process all these and batch them up. But I'll just do it manually here. So just process them all. It's all been processed. So now if we go back to here, we can punch this in. And you can see all these predictions are getting like rolled up into one transaction.
I like that you can process all these transactions at one time, because whenever you're playing a game, like say you're playing some type of MMO RPG, built on Bitcoin via stacks, like you're not going to want to stop and sign a transaction every single time, so like the type of tooling that you're building out is really cool. Looks like he got kicked one more time because his computer is doing his thing, and there he is one more time. Just bring him back.
I got all that. I agree. So
yeah, it's dope, dude. I love the infrastructure that you're building, and you're one of these like tinkerers. You continue to see the full vision of what the blockchain can fully be. So like you keep experimenting and like making these cool tools that you can use for making the process for transacting seamless. So I do believe that the work that you're doing is truly important, Rosar, and I'm thankful that you shared this with me tonight and that we actually got to go through it. It is it's getting to be that time of the night for me, and I know it must be for you as well. You work your ass off, and then you probably crash really hard, don't you?
yeah. It's kind of the beginning of my day, so I'm resting now.
Oh, it's good, dude. I appreciate you showing off Signet Wallet and Op Predict tonight to the audience, and putting me on to the alpha. Only in Stacks will you find the most base builders, Gigabrain astronaut scholars willing to collaborate and build the change. So I wanted to pitch to you one last time before we sign out for the night. Did you have anything that you wanted to add to the conversation? Any last final thoughts, closing vibes that you wanted to extend out there to the audience?
I kind of wanted to wait until this processed, and then we could do the collect rewards, but we can stop the demo early if you want.
Oh, I thought we were through the whole process.
You gotta cash in your receipts and get your money.
What rewards am I missing? It's so I thought it was 2 days before the market closes.
Oh well, we can close it early because the terms, there's bugs, so we mark it no, so and then we close it. And then
I was thrown off a little bit there. No, I got a couple more minutes in me, dude. I want to see the process of it. If we don't have to wait 2 days to get the bucks, I want to get it.
yeah. The timeline is for, until
you have the timestamp.
It's for things that have time-based, resolutions, or they default, So for this, it's sort of like a one and done.
Well, shit, yeah, dude. I'm trying to finish this process. We can I want some Welsh. I want to see it. So
yeah.
So what are we waiting on next to show off? What is the next step?
Let's take a look on chain and see.
All right. So do I need to pull up my screen, or are you going to pull up your screen?
So I've resolved the market here.
Okay. So
and as the admin, I resolved it to 1, which I think was yes, but it doesn't really matter since we're just testing. But as the admin, I get 2 micro Welsh because that's my administration fee for closing it. And then
and anybody can be an admin of the market. You could go in, admin just means that you created a prediction market, correct?
Well, admin means you create a vault And a vault is like a keyword that just means like it's basically when you deploy a vault. So you deploy the Welsh subnet, and then you deploy the predictions contract on top of it. And this predictions contract is like what I call the vault, and then it contains all the markets. So if you want to be an admin, you'll need to just deploy a new contract, and I have a launchpad for that now, so you can check that out if you want. I'll show that in a little bit. Actually, probably a good thing to show now. Oh, these are resolved now. Wait, no, sorry. Yeah, let's show the launchpad contract while we wait for this to finish up.
Okay, so I'll go. Do I need to show op predict? Where am I going to look next?
All right, so here is the launchpad. Oh, we were working on this. Let's remember. Yeah. All right. So step one to become an admin is you either use the existing Welsh contract or you create a new subnet contract for a token. And so you can like make any of these tokens subnet compatible. You know, we went through this process. This all works now. It took a while. But yeah, once you do this, then you just deploy another contract for the prediction vaults. And that I don't have a launchpad yet for, but you know.
You'll get there. You're like, you're working on 1,000 moving parts at once.
There's so many freaking things to do. It's so crazy.
That's why you have a screen here. You got a screen there, one behind you, and like they all have AI agents all doing code. One time. So that's 1,000 moving parts, but you do it efficiently.
I do my best.
I see you. I see you.
Here.
Hey, you showed off the setup on the show before.
All right. Let's take a look at this prediction.
Okay.
All right. So it's this one.
Do I need to share my screen, or are you going to share yours?
Am I not sharing my screen anymore?
No.
Oops.
Nope.
Oh shoot! I haven't been this whole time. Well.
Sorry, dude.
Doing a lot of gesturing with my mouse
and cursor and your mouse and stuff like this. And
thought we were all on the same page here.
Oh, dude, the chaotic process. I love it. So there is a share screen button down there in the middle on Restream that you can use to show your screen.
Yeah, I know I shouldn't I?
Oh, shit. Only here on DeOrganized will you be being able to see behind the scenes alpha while it's being built out in real time. So, we're here. We're here. We're rocking. We're chipping away and building the change, like I've said several times. So, have you pulled up your screen yet?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, let's see. I'm waiting in the console here on Restream here, and there it is. Boom, bang, bow. So we pulled this up. I'm going to go ahead and just show the whole screen here so you can kind of talk us through what you're going through. And could you maybe scroll in just a little bit?
All right.
Perfect.
So this is sort of the behind the scenes dashboards. So when predictions are made, they start in the submitted state. And then, when they settle onto stacks, they become confirmed. So very similar process to how mempools work. So these are the ones I just, Is this the one? This one? Yeah. These are some of the ones I made just now. Will we finish the full op project for today? Let's see the dates on these. 8 p.m. Yeah, these look like they're about now. Is this the one we did?
I think so. The last one that we did? Is somebody else interacting with it?
I think so. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember the names. But these are votes. Let's see, that's mine. That's another one of mine. Oh, I added this polymarket integration.
That's huge. That's fucking huge. Okay, so fresh alpha coming from you live. Polymarket integration through OpPredict on Bitcoin. You can have polymarket So let's break this down. So what does this mean?
It means I can scan Polymarket and pull their predictions or their markets into here.
That's fucking huge. So Polymarket is what, on ETH?
Yeah, it's like on Polygon, I think,
Polygon. So it's
which is
Ethereum.
on ETH. Yeah.
So it's EVM. So EVM markets, but over here. And then does that give the users the opportunity to then bet on those markets as well?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have our own pools,
Right.
but it's it collects the questions because a lot of them are relevant questions. Like we all kind of are asking the same questions.
And then imagine later, like 5 years down the road, whenever the growth is unstoppable, and then people want to integrate this, and then there's some type of way to have one pool. Like it's all integrated. Op predict side on Bitcoin and big partnership with Polymarket. Boom, bada. There you go. You saw it here first. We are building for the future.
Yeah, it's just like it's another way to seed data into the system and create more content for people to bet on and make predictions on some of
Damn
these.
cool, dude, is what it is.
Like these are straightforward questions. They're well structured, easy to bet on.
Wow. Yeah. So like with leather and stuff like that, like will people be able to like in the future be able to I don't know, like use their leather wallet, or will they have to get a Signet wallet? Like what does it look like?
I mean, I mean, it's on chain, so it's absolutely compatible with the standard wallets.
Okay.
It's just it's one of those things where it's like
Easier to use yours while you're testing.
I mean, like, I don't want to give people a reason to not install the wallet this
No,
early on when I'm still building stuff. Like, I would like people to try out Signet, and there's like so many things to do that's like.
Well, the thing that I like the most about Signet is that like you have your own private mempool. You can kind of see what's going on in real time there, right within the wallet. You don't have to go to the Stacks Explorer. You can see what's going on, and then like also, what's really cool is that like you can batch those transactions together, and then they settle on chain all together. Through the Blaze subnet. So that's crazy. It's wild. What you're building. I mean, you're in 2055 already.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like you can do a lot more powerful stuff with it. Also, it's a much more private wallet because, like since you're interacting off chain, you can like privately send messages to apps, and they could like process them, and without really revealing who you are. So it's pretty nice.
I like that. That anonymity.
Yes,
Is
anonymous transactions.
I like that. And then also like with what Kraken is building, with the with Craxel, and then what's the name of this project where it like kind of like batches the wallets together and kind of shows you, where you can kind of connect the wallets together that like
Oh,
it's from.
yeah. It's like I forget what it's called, like the other one that does that, the big one. But it's like wallet. It's like a transaction sort of visual graph of how tokens are moving around. Yeah, there's a name for it. I know what you mean.
It's like a bubble maps, but here in Stacks on Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's nice. He's been killing it.
Yeah. Another based guy. Like he helped you with the charisma, some stuff with charisma, and then
he's on the.
Yeah, and then like he went on and like built like Craxel on his own. Craxel.io is like really like it's real time data for the tokens here in Stacks. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we use it for charisma pricing under the hood. yeah, that's kind of how we work on the Charisma team. Is like we're all like very independent builders, building our own stuff, but we just like find ways that they can like support each other.
And that's building in a decentralized environment together. So like only where like you're building in a decentralized environment. He dropped off again because of course his browser hates him sometimes whenever he's doing this type of stuff. He's got a lot of tabs open at one time.
Yeah, I'm going back to my phone, but I just tab once and it dies. Hang on.
Yeah, you tap it. Well, you press the wrong button one time, and then it's like, forget about it. See you later, Rosar. Again, there he is.
I'm just on my phone now. I think I'm optimistic it's not gonna crash anymore. Yeah, yeah. Obviously some bugs iron out. I mean, it was my first time using a prod build. I usually use the dev build. I don't know why you weren't getting the transaction reveal message. That was a bummer.
We'll get
But
there.
yeah, there's so much to do. So much to do. But
I know it,
it's
man.
works on my end. No, I'm just fucking.
Yeah, of course it works on your end, and then like you get your like first user, and then it's like, well, that's
Yeah,
how
no.
for a first start,
Yeah,
Like,
no, I get it.
it's not magic. These devs are building in front of you right now on DeOrganized, so this is kind of what the process is like. You got to eliminate the bugs, and the only way to do that is to identify them. So that's what we're doing here. And if you're
So that
interested,
was a very valuable test for me, to try out the full flow, try out the packages.
right on, dude. And I only had to refresh like 20 times. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about either.
That's it, dude. 20 times isn't bad, So,
Hey, when you didn't have to redo stuff, it was fast. You can say that at least.
it was fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah, I
Fast.
just need to figure out what the. It's probably just some. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'll figure it out.
You'll get it, dude.
I'll figure it out.
So we covered the Signet wallet. We covered a little bit about the power of Blaze. We covered prediction markets on Bitcoin. Where can they follow you, Rosar?
Twitter's best.
Twitter's best to keep on updates on OpPredict, Signet wallet, Charisma, the 1,000 things that Rosar is building for us. I'm very thankful that you came on tonight and we were able to chop it up, maybe identify some bugs, and then actually demonstrate the power of like using a subnet on Bitcoin via stacks and how fast it is whenever you do batch those transactions together, while also sharing some alpha that you're going to be pulling some data from Polymarket and allowing us to then make our own pools to bet on these different prediction markets people put out there on the testnet ETH.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the vision. The vision is like you don't have to deal with these things; they just kind of happen transparently in the background. And from your experience as a user, it's just like using anything else. The end goal is you can use Predict without even having to use Signet. You just go in and deposit some funds, and then you get credits, and then you can just use them, and you can withdraw them when you want. But if you want to use a wallet like Signet, or if you want to use a wallet like Leather or Xverse, like they should all work. That's the end goal.
That's dope, dude. Like you have your vision, you have your way that you're building, and you displayed it all tonight. So I'm thankful that you came through, brother. I'm grateful
Baby
for
steps.
you, man.
Baby steps.
Baby steps, bro. Baby steps. That's all we can
One
do.
little baby foot in front of the other.
And like I need you to really like visualize this like a baby foot, and then
Little tiny baby foot.
little
Exactly.
baby, and then once you do that, like you grow it into like toddler feet, and then
Can't even straighten those legs out because they're tiny baby legs.
yes, they're still got the bow in them. You know what I mean? They're still
Yeah.
baby legs.
They're little wobbly baby feet, one in front of the other.
Oh, that's good, dude. So any closing thoughts, any final vibes that you want to share now? Like, I didn't mean to try to
No, we're good. That's pretty much it. Can't say more than that. Yeah, I got work cut out for me. But if anyone else wants to hack on this sort of stuff, like there's lots to do. I mean, obviously you can. I'd probably encourage you to start your own project and figure out how it can like, plug into all this stuff. That's probably the best way.
I
But
want to revive like a NeoSwap esque for all of the Gigaverse collections. That's what I want to do, like a NeoSwap esque like vibe to where like you can see that the trading going on, the people all bidding and stuff like that. I want something like that in Stacks. That's what I want to do. But I just became a Zest community lead for growth in their Discord, along with Stacking DAO and many other things all at once. So AI is something that I started learning, but there's it'll get there to where like people like me with the ideas and stuff like that will be able to say, hey, create this, and then it'll happen. It's just
yeah,
waiting for technology.
it's getting better at a very rapid pace. I can say that much.
Yeah, dude. Right now, time management is not on my side, but I'm here for the ecosystem. I'm authentic. I want to be here for everybody and just be myself, dude. So that's all I can do. And maybe somebody hears this and then builds out the idea. You never know. So
Yeah.
right on, Rosar. You have a blessed night, brother, and thank you again for coming on, man.
All right. Yeah, we'll do this again, and
Oh
it'll
yeah,
be better.
yeah. No, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, progress. All right. Well, that's it for me. Thank you for having me on.
Of
As
course,
always.
of course, dude. I'll catch you on the flip side, Rosar.
All right, peace.
Peace. And this has been another based episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we bring your favorite GigaBrain astronaut scholars into the same room, have a dope conversation, maybe get some building done, test some bugs, give you the news, the hot alpha off the presses, and have a good time with our favorite people from the Stacks and broader Bitcoin community. I am GP with DeOrganized Media, and I am out. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. You guys have a good night. Peace.